Hello, everybody. I think there's about 5 people here. Maybe give it another minute to see if anyone else is going to join. Let me know if you can hear me okay.
It looks like we've got a few people.
We can hear you. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me know whenever you're ready for me to start.
Okay, so it is 4:30, so we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to do a quick welcome and announcements and intro. You are in the Family Strong session, and this will be a 4:30 to 5 o'clock session. If you have accidentally joined the wrong session, then please click on the Sessions tab on your left hand side of the screen, and you can see the other sessions that are available at this time. Social worker CEUs have been approved for this session. So you may have already heard today, but a link will be provided following the conference. A link will be emailed to you where you will go on and complete an online evaluation for each session that you attended. And after you complete the evaluation for each session, you'll be able to download your CEU certificate. We will also provide certificates of attendance using the same process. During this session, you can type your questions into the chat or the Q&A, and I will let our presenter know if questions pop up. So I do want to say a special thank you to Aisling Martin for presenting this valuable information this afternoon. Aisling has over a decade of experience working to expand access to behavioral health services for disenfranchised populations, including foster youth, immigrants and refugees, and families impacted by intergenerational trauma and poverty. More recently, she worked on Capitol Hill, where she had the opportunity to work on legislation geared toward improving access to mental health services. Aisling received her Master's of Science in Social Work from Columbia University with a specialization in public policy and international social welfare. So I will turn it over now to Ms. Martin. Thank you. Aisling, are you still with us? I'm not sure if Aisling is still with us. Maybe you can hear me, but maybe if you hop out of the session and then hop back in, I'm not sure what's going on. It seems like we're having technical difficulty. Ashling, we're not able to see you. Oh, it looks like you're coming back. Maybe. I see a box for you, but cannot hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Welcome back.
I'm so sorry. I'm having some serious internet issues. What horrible timing. So I imagine you introduced me. I missed that.
I apologize. I gave you a wonderful introduction, but I don't want to take up any more of the time. So
Okay.
go
So
right ahead.
I'm so sorry. Okay, well, it's really great to be here today. Thank you so much for having me to present. In a moment, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you to talk about Family Strong. So as Stephanie mentioned, my name is Ashlyn Martin, and I work with the Mosaic Group. We're a national management consulting firm that's currently working throughout the state of West Virginia on behavioral health integration programs within hospital emergency rooms. And now we also are offering this support group called Family Strong. And so if you have any questions, we can take some time to do questions and answers, but I'm going to go ahead and share a PowerPoint with you. Okay, can you see my PowerPoint okay?
Yes, we see it.
Great. So Family Strong was developed to support family members of individuals with substance use disorder. We know that family members are often hidden and forgotten victims of the opioid epidemic that we're currently facing, really the substance use epidemic. Nationally and in West Virginia, there are very few programs directed towards helping. So Family Strong brings a non-threatening, non-clinical support group to family members. We do this through the Family Strong model. So this program really focuses on helping family members to develop self-care and build their social support systems and learn about how to engage and interact with their loved one who's struggling with substance use of any type. This was adapted from an evidence-based mental health professional-led model, and we have tried to make it more accessible and sustainable, and we actually use a peer-led support group approach. So what that means is each group is actually led out by somebody who has experience having a loved one or a family member that has substance use disorder or substance use issues. The main goals of Family Strong are to minimize the negative effects of an individual's substance use disorder on family members and friends, and to provide support for family members and friends of individuals with substance use disorder. What we know is oftentimes when you have a loved one who is using, you can tend to neglect your own needs, really to focus on the user and take care of the user. And so this support group is really trying to change that and help family members or loved ones to identify how they can take care of themselves, and make sure that they're putting themselves in a healthy space. We also want to change the methods that family members use to communicate with their substance users. So we teach positive communication and really process some of the challenges that you might face when you have a loved one with substance use disorder when it comes to communicating. And then if it is appropriate or time, we can also assist the substance user with getting into treatment. So we will in these support groups navigate those discussions and provide support and resources if you have somebody who is ready to go to treatment. So we do this on a weekly basis. It is 9 weeks and it's a closed group, meaning once you join the group, you really are with the same 6 to 12 people for 9 weeks. And you meet once a week for an hour and a half to 2 hours. And we focus on self-care, positive self-talk, self-empowerment, and how to increase social support. So as I mentioned, it's a 9-week closed group, meeting weekly for up to 2 hours. And these meetings are virtual. And we do have one in-person group as of right now that will be taking place beginning August 2nd in Oceana at the One Voice location. So, and we are recruiting for more in-person groups. And so, we will keep you updated as that develops out. There's a maximum of 12 members that can join any one group. And these groups are led out by 1 or 2 peer leaders, meaning somebody who's been in your shoes, who has also had a loved one who has substance use disorder or substance using. So again, these groups are for people who have a loved one in active addiction. It follows a curriculum, and we have some homework, some take-home activities to help some of the things that we discuss in Family Strong, like positive communication and self-care and self-empowerment. So this is funded through a SOAR grant, and the goal is to build this group over the course of 2 years. Groups are always free for participants, and leaders never pay to be trained or to receive support from the Mosaic Group, and leaders actually receive a stipend. Our targeted jurisdiction is really statewide virtual groups, and in-person groups wherever we develop the ability to do that. In year 1, our goal is to lead out 8 groups, 4 Mosaic Group-led groups, which is where I work and where this curriculum was developed, and 4 peer leader-led groups. So basically what happens is the Mosaic Group leads out a Family Strong group, and when somebody participates in that group and they might be interested in becoming a leader themselves, we would then work with that person and train them in becoming a leader and help them to facilitate their own group. So this group really, it births itself. So in year 2, we would like to have 12 groups, 4 of them Mosaic Group led and 8 of them peer leader led. So to become a leader, there's a 2-day Train the Trainer Family Strong remote training. So all leaders will receive training, and they also get access to a weekly learning collaborative where they consult with our consultants on what's going on in their groups and how we can best provide support. So to be a participant, you have to be 18 or older. We're currently, exploring potential for adolescent groups, but that is not currently an option. You have to have a family member or loved one that is using alcohol or other substances. And you have to have a desire to feel better and improve your relationship with your loved one. Ideally, you can commit to participating for 9 weeks. We build really, a lot of trust between group members, and a lot of relationships are developed within these groups. And so it's great if the same people can be present 9 weeks in a row, because it's really builds on itself. And in order to participate in the virtual sessions, you would need to have good access to the internet. And to participate in an in-person group, we would want you to have transportation to the meeting for in-person meetings. So in person, we have a group, like I mentioned, beginning on the 2nd of August at One Voice in Oceana, led out by Deb Davis. And it starts at 6:30 p.m. and it goes up to 8:30 p.m. We also have virtual options beginning on August 4th. And they, again, run from 6:30 to 8 p.m. So in additional groups, we're going to keep scheduling them to begin in September. So that is my presentation. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Great. Thank you. I wasn't sure if I was still sharing my screen.
Okay. You're not sharing your screen, but we can hear you. Okay.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So now would be a great time to open this up to the group to see if anyone has any questions about Family Strong, what Family Strong is, and just any comments in general. So I will say that, right now, the substance use epidemic, what we've seen, and I saw an article this morning from the Washington Post that overdose deaths have gone up by 30% during the pandemic. I think that this is a really important resource. There's a lot of treatment facilities and support groups and things out there for folks who are struggling with substance use and substance use disorder. But I feel like there's not enough out there when it comes to family members and the folks that are taking care of those individuals. And so it's a really stressful time, and these groups are just a great way to connect with other people who get it and who've been in your shoes. And it's confidential, it's free. It's a really wonderful resource. Just recently had a Family Strong group member who had been participating, and she got her son into treatment. And so we're really proud to say that does happen, and he's doing great. I don't see any questions. Are there any questions from anybody?
I just wanted to say that I'm impressed with the curriculum. A lot of times the family members are forgotten, and it's a lot for families to deal with and to know how to communicate without enabling. And so I think that the support and the content that is covered is greatly needed.
Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot of stigma surrounding substance use disorder, and there can be a lot of feelings of shame. And, I know my experience here in West Virginia has been that it's hard to talk about those things. People sort of keep it in the family and don't want to publicly talk about it, and kind of feel like there's nowhere they can go, is kind of what I've been hearing from some of the families that I've been working with. That's a big burden to carry. And so it's just great to have a safe space to be able to really just talk about it and process how to deal with the situation. It's incredibly stressful having a loved one with substance use disorder, and can feel pretty chaotic and isolating.
I got kicked out a minute ago, but I wondered if you shared information if if the folks in our session would like to make a referral to Family Strong. Did you share that info?
Yes, so I'm
Okay.
going to, I did not, but I will do that right now. I can provide the flyer. There is a QR code on there that you can take a picture of and sign up that way, or you can go to our website. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there right now in the chat.
There are some positive comments in the chat. I'm not sure if you're seeing those, but I agree. Sounds like a great program that can help a lot of people in our state. Definitely needed. And Stacy said, yes, please share. So am I correct that you have a booth in the gallery area?
I am not actually sure. I don't.
Okay. I'm thinking that there may be a Family Strong informational booth in our gallery area. So if you have time tomorrow to go into the gallery, you can check that out as well.
So I'm going to put here our Facebook page. And give me just 1 second. It's not letting me put the flyer in. Is there a way for me to put this flyer in the chat?
A PDF or a link?
It's a PDF.
I think you could only put links in the
Okay.
in the
Well,
chat.
I can make it a link. Let's see. Sorry. Appreciate the positive comments. It's been a really great experience working in West Virginia. We are in about 10 different hospitals as well, working in emergency rooms. We have peer recovery coaches placed in these emergency rooms to provide support to people who come into the ER and might screen positive for risky alcohol or substance use. So the peer recovery coach gets a chance to talk to those individuals, talk to them about recovery and referrals, and provide them with some encouragement and support. We also have in those hospitals what we call the Overdose Survivors Outreach Program. So we have a peer recovery coach, who again is a person in long-term recovery themselves, go out into the community and meet with survivors of overdose. So anyone who comes into the ED as a result of an overdose, they're automatically connected to a peer recovery coach who meets with them up to 3 times a week for up to 90 days, providing them with as much resources and support as possible, giving them Narcan. It's just a really great program. It's similar to your QRT, if you've heard of the quick response teams.
Okay, great. Do we have any questions?
I have this link for you. Sorry that, oops. Took a second. Thank you. I see someone put in the chat, Carrie, but that is wonderful. Thank you. So you can go to this link and you can sign up for our groups. We're currently enrolling. Please tell everyone and anyone about this. I'm also going to put my email and my phone number, if that's all right, in the chat so that you can reach out to me personally about potential partnerships if you would like me to come and present at your organization, or if you just want to talk about Family Strong or you're interested in the group, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. This is my cell also. And again, my name is Ashlyn. I know it's spelled like Aisling. It's Gaelic, but it is Ashlyn.
Thank you so much. So if we don't have any other questions, I do want to thank everyone for attending this afternoon. I appreciate the valuable information you've shared about Family Strong. Please join us tomorrow morning. Our plenary session will kick off at 9 a.m. and it will be a great session, much needed after this past year and a half that we've experienced. But the plenary session tomorrow is compassion, fatigue, and self-care. So very valuable information, and I hope that everyone can join us. So thank you so much for a great day.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Thanks for having me. And again, I'm so sorry about all the connection issues at the beginning.
That's just how it goes with virtual. I look forward to in-person conferences very soon. That's right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.